G'day. We're about to show you this Ceriatone head, hand wired 15 watt. I've got it running on half of that at the moment, so 7 watts thereabouts. It's the Creme Brulee, however you want to pronounce that. Not too sure where it's made actually, somewhere in Asia. It's a big place. We've got it running through a Tokai SilverStar, just all original. Nothing really changed on this thing. This has got a master volume switch. You can switch in or switch out. When I switch it out, it's pretty damn loud, so I wouldn't be in a situation where I could just leave it off and have it running full pellet the whole time. So I find it a bit handier to have a volume for it. Next we've got a cut which seems to just roll off the bottom end. I'm not rolling off the bottom end at the moment, but if I found that it was a bit too much bottom end, just bring that in, rolls it out, or fully open. Next we've got the tone, which is actually unusual because it's just got 5 different positions. Down in this position here, it seems to be the brightest with least amount of bass, which reminds me a lot of a vintage Marshall with almost no bass dialed in when it's in that position. Anyway, very vintage. And as we go through the tones, you'll hear that there's more guts getting in there, right to the last, which is full. So it depends on really whether you want to just cut through. I really like this position actually there. There's no extra bottom end involved, which means that you're going to stand out in the mix. But if you're the only one guitarist and you really want to have a full round sound, then there you go, run the tone at 12 o'clock, which is fully open, I guess. This one here is obviously your gain side of things. As we drive it back, it gets clean and more dirty. It's got a pull-out boost. Now, I didn't notice a lot of difference in this pull-out boost on the distortion side of things. Maybe when it's running clean, it might thicken it up a fair bit, so we'll have a look at that later. That's with the pull-out boost open and then back in. So it's a little ballsier when it's open. In. But I still prefer it in. We've got a few different bright switches. Again, we'll have a look at them when we get onto the clean. Okay, so like with most vintage amps, they're not designed with a lot of gain, just enough to make you rock. And then normally you would add some kind of tube screamer or something. We've got one here at the moment, a Big White Monkey we haven't got turned on yet. But if I turned it on right now, and we get all that extra distortion that you might want if you're a shredder. Alright, let's bring these around and see what we've got on the clean side of things. See if I can work this out. Alright, try some different tonal spots. And fully open. Let's try some different bright switches. At the moment I've got it on number 1. Let's go on to number 2. That's a bit better. And we'll go back to, could be a neutral position. No, it's taking a lot of brightness off of it. Number 1. And number 2 seems to be the brightest. So I prefer that on the clean set channel. Funny enough, I had it on number 1 for the distortion channel because I thought that was a bit nicer. So again, it all comes down to your guitar, what pickups you've got, how it's going to sound. Your guitar might already be quite bright or it might be quite dark. So plenty of opportunities to change the sounds around. We've got it running into a cabinet here with just one Celestion, what was the code? 70 anniversary GH12, which is a really nice sounding speaker in a very good cabinet. What is the brand of the cabinet? Fargen. I'd never heard of them before, but it sounds great, looks great, and has a nice big fat sound about it, which is really great. Couple of different positions. Second position. Middle position. Fourth. Fifth. I like that sound, that's great. So overall, quite a warm sounding amp. Seems to have a good, strong response. Certainly sounds good if you add the right overdrives on this thing. I think it really kills, actually. It's great. A bit of overdrive on top. At this volume, which is really, really soft, that's got bucket loads of sustain. As I said, I'm running that at half. It's got a switch on the back for high, full 15 watt. Let's have a listen and see how that sounds. Wow, we got a lot more volume there going on. Obviously brighter. So a lot more gain there, a lot more brighter. Possibly when you're running with a quad box, that extra brightness might be counteracted a little bit, so you won't sound as bright. Certainly through the 112, it's probably a little bit too bright for me. So I'm enjoying the half power mode. there you go, Ceriatone.